It's something we do every single day, most of us, without even thinking about it. But what if that super simple, basic human activity was also one of the most powerful things we could do for our health? Well, today, we're diving into the absolutely surprising power of a simple walk.
Does this sound familiar? That constant pressure, the mental fog, that feeling of just being totally run down. It's a place so many of us find ourselves stuck in, just trying to get through the day.
But what if I told you the answer isn't some expensive gym membership or a crazy new workout plan? What if it's something you already know how to do, and yeah, it costs absolutely nothing?
So let's start by totally reframing how we think about walking. It is way past time we gave this overlooked activity the credit it deserves as a true super exercise.
Because let's be honest, for a lot of us, the very word exercise it brings up this feeling of dread, right? It feels like a chore, just one more stressful thing on a to-do list that's already way too long. But it really doesn't have to be that way.
And this shift in mindset is just perfectly captured by personal trainer Michelle Rogers. She found that walking wasn't just physical for her. It was a mental escape that helped her deal with stress. In her own words, she quite literally stepped into a new me. See, it's about transformation, not punishment.
And that transformation, it really starts in the mind. The mental boost from walking is so immediate and profound. Seriously, think of it like hitting a reset button for your brain. So, let me just throw a number at you. 60%. What on earth could possibly get a boost that big just from taking a walk?
Your creativity. A Stanford study found that walking boosts creative output by an average of 60%. So the next time you're stuck on a problem, maybe the solution isn't at your desk, it's waiting for you out on the sidewalk.
And hey, here's another powerful number for you, 25%. And this one is all about our emotional well-being. A huge study found that adults who get just 2.5 hours of brisk walking a week, that's only about 22 minutes a day, had a 25% lower risk of depression. What's so incredible is just how achievable that is for almost everyone.
And these cognitive benefits, they are especially clear for older adults. A major review of studies found that walking improves executive function, our ability to plan and solve problems, as well as our memory. And the research points to a real sweet spot, about 40 minutes 3 times a week.
Okay, so that's the brain. But beyond that, walking gives your body a physical recharge with effects that start the very second you get up and move.
And one of the most immediate effects is on your blood sugar. After you eat, just sitting down can cause your blood sugar to spike. But a short walk, and I'm talking even just 2 to 5 minutes, helps your muscles use that glucose for energy. It prevents those spikes and keeps your insulin stable. It's a total game changer.
Walking also builds a stronger skeleton. It's a weight-bearing exercise, which just means your bones have to work to support you. That gentle stress is a signal to your body to start what's called remodeling. It basically clears out the old, weaker bone and replaces it with new, stronger tissue.
And get this, if you're always reaching for that third cup of coffee, maybe try this instead. A study found that walking up and down stairs was actually more energizing for people than a low dose of caffeine. It's a natural energy boost with absolutely no crash later. How cool is that? Now, these immediate benefits are fantastic, but a consistent walking habit is also an incredible investment in your long-term health. It's like you're actively building a defense against major diseases. For instance, studies have found a really clear link between walking and a lower risk for several types of cancer. But the fascinating part is that the benefit is tied specifically to a brisk walking pace. It suggests it's not just that you walk, but how you walk that really makes the difference.
The impacts on heart health is just as clear-cut. A major analysis of scientific studies found that walking significantly lowers both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, and it reduces your resting heart rate. And look, these aren't small changes. They represent a major drop in your risk of heart disease.
Okay, so the science is compelling, right? But how do you actually turn all this information into a real sustainable habit? Let's break down the practical steps to get you started.
This is the key question, isn't it? We've seen all these amazing benefits, but what's the minimum dose? How much do you really need to do to start seeing these rewards?
First, let's define what a brisk walk actually is, because so many of these benefits are tied to it. The NHS has this brilliant, super simple test. You should be moving fast enough that you can still talk, but you couldn't sing the words to a song. That right there, that's the sweet spot. The general guideline for adults is 150 minutes of moderate activity a week. You can hit that goal with just a 30-minute brisk walk 5 days a week. When you break it down like that, it suddenly feels so much more manageable, right? And hey, if 30 minutes feels like a lot some days, don't let that stop you. The most important thing to remember is that every single step counts. The NHS confirms that even one brisk 10-minute walk has real health benefits. It's truly about progress, not perfection.
So we've looked at the research, from boosting your creativity and mood to strengthening your bones and protecting your heart. The evidence is just overwhelming. The only question left is, what's your next step going to be?